This is Mulfoozat Volume 7, pages 269, 272. This is about how you can make sure that your life ends well. There's a good end to your life. The third thing that you can do, the third thing which is, or the third aspect which is shown by the Quran is the company of the righteous. This is why God says, Kunu ma sadiqeen, that is, keep company of the righteous. There is a special effect in their company. The light of their truth and their steadfastness inspires others as well, and that inspiration helps them overcome their own weaknesses. These are the three ways which protect your faith from attacks of the Satan, and they give you strength. But until a person takes benefit of using these three ways, there is a danger that Satan will attack and rob him of his wealth, of his treasure of faith. Thus, it's essential that you should step strongly and protect yourself in every way carefully from attacks of Satan. A person who arms himself with these three armaments, I fear that there may be a time when he suffers loss by an attack from Satan. But remember that when it's written in the books, leave sin and do good deeds, then some people think that good deeds are only to this extent, that the well-known sins such as theft, adultery, backbiting, dishonesty, looking at others with evil intention, then you should avoid those. And when they do, they think that they have attained all the degrees of good deeds. And they think that they have become very holy or pure. On the contrary, if we look carefully, this is nothing. There are many people who don't steal. There are many who don't rob or shed blood or look at others with evil intention. The most we can say about them is that they have given up sin. But it may be that they avoid that sin because they don't have the capacity to commit that sin. The Holy Quran doesn't just want this, that a human being should think that he has avoided sin and then think that I am now spiritually perfected. The Holy Quran wants human beings to take them to the highest level of spiritual perfection and morals, so that his acts and deeds are such that they benefit human beings and they consist on showing his sympathy for other humans, so that their result is that God is pleased with him. I say this over and over again, that none of you should think that it's the epitome of their spiritual development and attainment that they just give up sin. Only giving up sin does not include doing good. To think that I didn't shed blood is not a virtue, because for one thing, not everyone can kill another. Or to say that I didn't commit adultery, for adultery is something that people with low morals commit and not a decent person. To avoid such sins would at most take you out of the category or group of sinners, nothing more than this. But the group that is mentioned in the Holy Quran, that their deeds were such righteous that God was pleased with them, and they were pleased with God, that is not just by avoiding sin. They considered their lives to be nothing to attain God's satisfaction or willingness, to benefit His creation. They left their own comforts. Then they attained that stage at which the voice came that Allah is pleased with you and you are pleased with Allah. But I can see that the condition of the Muslims is such that, let alone doing of good deeds for others, they are lazy in even avoiding sins. So there is no need to detail the deeds of the righteous. So what you should do is never consider just one thing, that is avoiding sin, to be the only thing. You should struggle to do good deeds, and then also pray to God that He may help you and that He may bless you. Until and unless a person attains both, that is, avoids sin and does good for the sake of humanity, he cannot be called a true believer. The definition of the true believer is given in An'amta alayhim, those who are blessed. Now think, was this blessing just that they didn't steal or rob and nothing else? No. An'amta alayhim, God's blessing, has the highest degree of rewards given by God. And the most superior of these rewards is conversation with God Himself.